Well, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you can't see people. It's the central folds. That's like the ladies. Woo! Right. But you're the one trying to speak for her. Same as if my shipmates wrote someone, Gina Johnson, in my name like they were me. Especially typing, was you're not a good typist. Like an email. Why would I write you handwritten letters starting out and then you go to typing? Men don't do that. Women do, but not men. Hell, I would have so many typos in my letters to you. There would be more whiteout than the ship even had. Not that I had access to a typewriter, but if my shipmates told you that I did, they lied. They lied. That ain't even a piece of equipment I can even get to. Or even saw on the ship. I never even saw a typewriter, by the way, right? Though I know who had one. Because he told me about having to type up reports for Lieutenant Guzman, and that's part of his job, right? And I think he's a yeoman more than he was an electrician, right? I mean, he does typing stuff, right? Now, Ben and King would type like me. Mm-hmm. But if it's perfect, it's called they were what they call red coded me, co-read me, right? And trying to make me write you evil letters, and I wouldn't do it. But I also defended that you would know it wasn't me. Do you understand, Sheena? I thought we were together long enough for those 3 days that you would know the man you fell in love with would never say shit like that to you. I know. I know. That you would know it wasn't me. If they had to code red me to get the information of who you really were. Mm-hmm. And even then, I would lie a little bit to protect the stuff, right? Mm-hmm. If they're code red me, and I don't remember what that conversation was about, man. Mm-hmm. I know we had sex. They don't. But would they even believe me if they're acting that way? And I told them yes. Probably not. Probably not. See, if they're tagging me to be gay, no matter what I say, right, right, they won't believe. They won't believe me, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm telling you. They were tagging me that I was gay the whole time, right? And some people are so sure of it, like in A Few Good Men, they'll co-read you. They'll co-read you. That's what that's really about. Even if you're trying to be with women, they don't believe that, right? And some people you can't convince otherwise either. These are what I call the deluded male rapists who are really gay themselves and in the closet about it and use that to attack and rape other men, right? It's a sickness worse than what happened in Eden, worse than what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And worse than what happened to Jesus under Roman authority, where they were known to rape village leaders, right, into submission, right, if they wouldn't submit to their authority of Rome, right? Like dogs, right? One way a dog will show superiority over another dog is mount another dog, right? Especially the males, right? meaning they're trying to get on top of each other, right? Doggy style. But it's two male dogs. You ain't heard the evil shit I've heard of, right? That Rome did. That Rome did. They're supposed to be my fellow countrymen too, right? I'm a little Italian too, right? It's 6 to 12. That's all I can tell you, which is about an eighth to a quarter, right? Somewhere in there, right? I know. Now, the thing is, the main one is Irish. That shows up 29%. That's a quarter. That's a quarter. The rest is a mixture of English, French, Austrian, German, right? That general area, right? Then for Claude Lee, I think Italian, which 12%, right? 25% is your grandparents. 50 is your parents, right? To make you 100% you, right? So Claude has to be the Italian, Greek, maybe African. And he was a dark man in appearance. If you met him. I know. He also talked about being from the Caucasus Mountains, right? Which even the Arabic is 0.2%, right? So if he has 4%, right, that's at least double, maybe 6 or 8, right? I don't know, right? Himself, right? Now, if it's 0.2, though, right, that's still kind of low, but it showed up, So he could be as high as 0.8, right? Which is kind of weird, right? Because you got to go up, actually. So if I'm 0.2, right, that means 2/10 of the 100% that makes up me, right, is Arabic. So from there, you go up, right, to 1.1%, say, right, for Claude. And then, right, that's like 2 up, right? If I'm 0.2, right, as part of the way the DNA test work, right, that means that percentage, right, as the last 100%, right, is 2/10, right, there. The 1.4% black, or 3, somewhere in there, right, is from the northern African continent, right, around Nigeria itself, right, area, which could be where my African ancestor came from, right, whose, again, DNA I have, right, so I'm part Nigeria, maybe, right, that 1.3 or 4%, right. The other 1% was Spanish, right. And that was about, again, 1 to 2 or somewhere in there, right. Then 6% was the Greek and Italian, right. So again, right, we need 25%, though, right, for Claude, right. And that's why it should be more, right. Right. See, what's throwing me off is the Irish being 29%, right? So the Greek should be 10%, 10 or more, right? Because we're already around 12, right? With the Arabic, Nigerian, and Spanish, right? So that could be 10, the Italian 12, right? Or so, right? To make 25, right? Then the Austrian, German, right? French is my mom, right? In English, right? That's got to be around 50%, right? There. Because she's the other half of the DNA there. And then we don't know what Claude was, right? My dad's side. So the Italian, the Greek, the African, the could be him. Could be him. And the 25 to 4 for the Irish could be my Kemp herself, right? Because if the grandma is pure Irish, Skinner, and Watkins was the guy who looked Indian, right? And we thought he was maybe Cherokee or even he could pass for Filipino, right? I asked her that myself, right? They kind of look Filipino too, right? So maybe a little Mexican, we don't know. But the two tribes in Georgia are Yamacraw or what? Cherokee, right? But if he's half or Irish, right? And my Kemp would then be 75% Irish and 25% Indian, right? If Bobby got 25%, 50% Irish from my Kemp, right? And the Italian and Greek and Spanish and, right, listen now, Nigerian and Arabic from Claude, right? That's where all that comes from. Ooh, pretty Asian girl. This one is Centrofolds, right, from November 18th. Right. Sexy. Well, sure. I wouldn't have a problem with her sleeping with me. I'm single, right? But see, she's got to be single too, right? That's what I don't know. So I'm home alone, watching the pretty girl on the TV, not planning on meeting her or anything, but just looking at her, right? And even with her, if I knew where she worked, I could still go into the store where she worked and fantasize about having sex with her bathroom, even if we don't. And it's not a crime. It's not a crime to do so. It's a fantasy. See, they say I have problems discerning fantasy from reality, but really I think it's cheap, right? That's what I mean too, right? But you make me keep having to feel like I gotta explain myself, so I am. Get it?